final touches on it. And as it may be, typically, my printer would not print it out. So therefore I had to bring my computer with me. So when you've taught this long, you need help reminding yourself of what you want to say. So that's where I'm at. Let me draw it up here just a minute. I'm so sorry to make you wait. You're so quiet. I've never had such a captive group before in my whole life. All right. Well, as you know, I have been in the building since 1975. And I came here from the University of Minnesota as a student teacher and was hired the next fall. So therefore, it's been 37 years since I started teaching. And I have pretty much taught probably 34 of those with a couple of maternity leaves in there. And so that's a little bit about where I've been. I've also taught a little bit at Park Center, just a few years, don't get too upset, and ASU Junior, 1 year. That year I knew that I was a senior high teacher. I was so thankful to get back at ASU Senior High. As we've sort of figured things, and I know Anne-Marie has helped me, but we have sort of figured that I have touched probably about 20,000 students' lives over my career, which is really, really crazy sounding, isn't it? But due to the fact that I teach trimester courses and have many new students, you know, each try, that's sort of how it goes. So I want to start this morning with a couple of stories. First of all, you know that times have changed. This was a story that I don't think I'll ever forget, but as you know, I teach culinary arts, and we were in the unit of the kind of gear and uniform that's needed for workers in the kitchen. So, you know, we were going through the chef coat and the pants and what was I going to say? The hat and the apron, and we get down to the shoes. And of course, being the person that I am, very safety conscious, we were talking about shoes that had to be non-skid and closed-toed for safety in the kitchen. And I promptly announced, there will be no thongs in the kitchen. And immediately I'm like, no, I mean flip-flops, flip-flops, flip-flops. I knew then I lost the class. And a few fun remarks from the students, but it was a moment of pure embarrassment, but I will always remember that one. Another one, you know that you've been doing this long enough when I had a student as a child development student. She came back as a mom for the play school that I run through Child Development Lab and brought 1, 2, 3, and 4 of her children over the years. I taught her and each of her 4 children. That's when you know you've taught long enough. So that's a sort of sweet, sweet story for me to remember. All right. Now, I was thinking at this time I'd have you do a think, pair, and share. But I'm not really going to have you do that. All right. Going on, some things that I won't miss. Could one of you bring me my glass of water? I'm really getting dry-mouthed. You guys scare the death out of me. No, I don't want to spill it. Okay, the first thing I won't miss is have, you know, your props. The alarm clock. And it's not going to be plugged back in. 5 a.m., no longer. The next thing that I won't miss are the bells. Can you imagine how many bells I've heard ringing over 37 years? So I am going to give Rebecca, my predecessor, a pair of earplugs so that she can survive the bell ringing at Osseo. It keeps going on for me. The next thing that I won't miss, and I'm really sorry to say this, is senior hall. I have been in senior hall my whole career, and man, I've seen a lot of crazy things go on there. But the thing that I really want to know is, who decided to paint the lockers orange? Don't you know psychologically orange is an energetic color? What were they thinking? So I would like the custodial staff this summer, in honor of me, to paint the lockers purple and green. Very restful, calming tones and values, but I think that's going to calm down the behavior in that hall. The other thing I will not miss is paper. Paper, paper, paper. And some of you newer teachers coming up, you've had more electronics than I have, but there has been a lot of paper in my life. And I'm not going to miss paper one bit. And I would suggest, actually, that you all go to electronic. So that, you know, everybody has a flash drive, everybody does it. It probably will come someday, and you won't have to deal with those papers anymore. The other thing that I won't miss is grading. Quite honestly, grading is my least favorite thing to do as a teacher. And, you know, we must do it. So I've devised a new invention for you until you get to the electronic basis here. This is a special purple pen that when you stamp it, it only stamps 4, 3, 2, or 1. Come on, don't you get that? Equal interval grading. Come on. Really, I'm going to make $1 million on that. The last thing I will not miss, and I'm so sorry to mention this, Wally, are the mice. We have had a number of little friends frequent our area, of which I'm sure many of you have had a few in your area as well. Needless to say, the custodial staff has been very, very good at setting traps, coming down when we have an emergency call that there's been a mouse sighting during class and everybody's up on the tables. And very, very helpful when we come in to a dead mouse and we would like it removed as soon as possible. So I have come up with Osseo's next way to deal with these mice, and it's a tried and true method. Cats! We need cats in the building to take care of the mice. Oh, needless to say, there have been plenty of stories about that as well. But those are the things I will not miss. And now what I will miss. And it's a longer list, but you know you're my captive audience for one last time. The first thing I will miss is saying the Pledge of Allegiance once a week. For some reason, for me, looking at a flag and saying the pledge really reminds me of the freedom I have in the country and grounds me in the purpose of why I'm here. And so I really am going to miss the Pledge of Allegiance. I always get stirred by seeing a flag waving, and that is going to be one thing that I will definitely miss. Another thing is the staff. My goodness. First of all, the support of the FACTS program, the judges that have come down for chili cook-offs and pie contests and cake contests. I gotta have my glasses here. That really means a lot to my students and to me when you come down and recognize what they've done and give them some feedback. They're just so proud to be able to show off what they've done. I'm going to miss the custodial staff. They have been awesome in my department, always there fixing things. You know, you can imagine there's a lot of equipment, things that can go wrong in a FACTS department. But they actually have been lifesavers. They've kept the department clean and in good condition, and I'm really going to miss them. Some fun people. And you know, Fred, I didn't make you a cherry pie. I'm so sorry. Another thing I'm going to miss is the para staff. Especially the para staff that put up with my last minute copying requests. Michelle, lots of those. And the paras that take care of all of my tardy and absence mistakes. Deb and Barb, you guys have been great. And just the paras in the building that are just plain supportive and friendly from all of the areas, special ed, ELL, the secretarial staff. These people are like the skeleton of our building. They really are foundational to helping us as teachers work. Oh, I forgot to tell you to turn your phone on silent, but you can bring that up and I'll bag it and tag it. Okay, the next I'm going to miss is the kitchen staff. Obviously with the Culinary Arts program, you need a good relationship with the kitchen staff, and Larry and his staff have been so great, especially this trimester with ProStart, giving us tours, letting us borrow equipment or ingredients, and just very gracious to us, so I'm going to miss them and their efforts to put nutritious food in front of our students. I also am going to miss the administration. Obviously, they are an integral part of a program, and the support that the FACTS department has received from Dr. Bob and keeping a comprehensive high school is very, very critical. I think you know that for all different types of learners. We need all sorts of opportunities for those kids. And also the staff in student supports, Ronnie King, the counseling office, all of those who have helped me with some of those not so garden variety students and the issues that come up and have been there to help me, as well as the instructional coaches. Sort of, even as a seasoned teacher, I still pull my hair out for some of those situations. All right, next one. I'm going to miss the collegiality here at Osseo Senior High of teachers and staff really working together with a common purpose, and that is to increase your effectiveness and student learning. And it's so exciting to see the newer people coming in, along with the rest of us that have been here, but the passion that you have to keep going forward, trying new things, making it work. And to that, I want to congratulate you and encourage you to just keep that passion. That passion is what keeps you going at the end of the day. I'm going to miss relationships. My special lunch bunch. I was adopted into the World Language Department about, I don't know, 10, 12 years ago. And I've been surrounded by Spanish, French, and German teachers for, maybe it's been 20 years. Long time. For many, many lunches, and you'd think I could speak something other than English, but not so, not so. It didn't rub off on me. So I want to thank them. They're some of my sweetest and dearest friends. I'm going to miss my career in technical people. All of the people in my division that can empathize and understand what our area is about and some of the challenges we have and the successes that we have. There's so many wonderful individuals in the building that I'm going to miss, and I just really can't even say thank you enough to all of you. One other thing is I want to say I'm going to miss the support of a staff for me personally, especially for my son-in-law Josiah's battle with cancer, and my daughter Brooke and my grandson Jonah. You all have just way blessed me and them with your support, and I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for that. It has meant so much. All right, we're getting there. I think we're getting there. Let me just check my... Oh, yes. It's coming to an end. You know, when the pastor says, no, just, you know, it's only going to be one last point. This is, the last part is, the passion that a teacher has to be in this field. Where does that come from? And all of you know that that is a gift that's in your heart. It really is. It's there. You want to help. You want to teach. You want to assist students in any way possible in support staff, custodial work, kitchen, wherever you are, you have a passion because you love what you do with these students. And I'm going to miss that passion and being around a lot of people who have it, but I know that this is a group of people who care in our building and that you really teach from the heart. And you know how that can help you just sustain your career because you know you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. So I'm going to miss being around all of you and that passion you have. You are incredible. And lastly, I would like to thank, where am I? Sorry, I'm not technologically here. Well, this isn't really lastly, this is second to the lastly. I have to thank God, obviously, for one, giving me the gift of teaching. I really know that I am a teacher. I've tried other things and failed at them. And I'm always trying to teach people something, even if they're strangers, I'm teaching them. But I'd like to thank God for the stable job that I've had at Osseo, in Osseo School District. It's really amazing to have been here in this district for 37 years. And I want to thank God for the health He's given me to sustain this career. And I want to thank Him for you and all of the wonderful, wonderful memories that you've given me to just store up and keep in my heart. I have a saying, and I've said this, you might have heard me say this before, is that when I get to heaven, what my room will be like is it will have no bells ringing, none. It will have no paper anywhere, and it will be filled with my favorite things, like flowers, music, books, and all the wonderful, incredible memories I have of teaching with you. So I want to thank you very much for a wonderful career and to say goodbye and keep going, keep doing it. Thank you.